Hello, friend.
In today's episode of Relax and Rewatch, we will be going over Friends Season 1, Episode 7. This one is called The One With The Blackout. It first aired on November 3rd, 1994. It was written by Jeff Astrof and Mike Sikowitz. It was directed by James Burrows. The episode starts with all the friends except Chandler watching Phoebe as she plays for the first time at Central Brook. Or at least she tries to, but then the blackout happens. And as I mentioned, Chandler is not at the cafe. He is at the bank vestibule and he gets trapped there because of the blackout with Jill Goodacre. Jill Goodacre was a famous 19th model, and Chandler, of course, recognizes her right away and tries to impress her in many ways. After the opening credits, we are now at Monica's apartment and we see her calling her mom on a landline, which I was kind of suspicious about, like how can you use the landline phone when there's a blackout? But I did some research on this and apparently landlines actually might work even during a blackout, so there's that. Back at the bank vestibule, Chandler is absolutely spiraling and is totally inside of his head, and he's figuring out ways how he could talk to Jill Goodacre. Then he overhears Jill mentioning him to her mother as some guy, and that really builds his confidence. Now Monica's apartment is full of candles, which is quite a fire hazard. Although I have to say, I don't really buy it. I feel like Monica would be the type of person to have flashlights ready for everyone, just in case a blackout like this would happen. Next we see a really funny bit when Jill Goodacre offers Chandler a phone to call his family or friends, and he actually calls Monica's apartment. Monica picks up and has no idea what Chandler is trying to mumble over the phone, but Joey, of course, understands. Even though Joey's answer to Chandler seems inaudible, TV.com suggests that Joey says to Chandler, "See if you can tell what kind of underwear she wears," which makes sense coming from Joey. Now we are back at Monica's apartment again, and the friends discuss the weirdest place they had sex. And Rachel goes last. Her answer is the foot of the bed. And this actually precedes the next scene where Ross and Rachel sit on the floor, and Ross reassures Rachel that he sees big passion in her future, probably hoping that he's the source of that passion, and the object of it for that matter. After Rachel gets up and walks away from this conversation, Ross gets up too, walking away, and Joey says, "Never gonna happen." And David's acting is supreme in this scene. Joey warns Ross that now you're in the friend zone. You're the mayor of the friend zone, in fact. And he tells him to make a move tonight. The setting is perfect. By the way, I love the 90s blue wine glasses that are used in this scene. I don't know why, they just look so cute to me. Next we see a really funny bit between Jill and Chandler at the bank vestibule. Jill offers Chandler some gum and he refuses and of course immediately regrets that. Then he goes back to her with the famous line, "Gum would be perfection." Well, after that little pep talk from Joey, Ross musters up the courage to approach Rachel. But before he can ask her out, a cat jumps on his neck and apparently won't let go, because we see him fighting the cat off his neck in the background while the other friends are inside singing together. And in case you were wondering, the song they are singing is Top of the World by Carpenters. On a quest to find the owner of the cat that attacked Ross, Rachel bumps into an Italian guy named Paolo. He was played by Cosimo Fusco. Rachel ends up bringing Paolo with her to her apartment, where they find everyone else playing Monopoly. At the bank vestibule, Chandler almost chokes to death and Jill saves his life. Then they end up bonding and even play a game. Ross tries to convince Paolo not to go after Rachel, to no avail, because when the lights finally come back on in the apartment, everybody sees Paolo and Rachel kissing. So that was pretty much the plot of this episode. The next one is going to be called The One Where Nana Dies Twice, a really fun one as well. For fashion and style commentary for this episode, I would say that I really liked the men's cozy sweaters they were wearing, and Rachel's hair looked really nice. Monica had a really beautiful makeup and hair in this episode, and then I especially want to shout out Jill Goodacre's hair. It was absolutely gorgeous. So that is all for today. See you next time. Bye!